Tim Mundorf with Central Valley Ag here shooting an agronomy focus video in a soil pit. I've got with me today Mike Peterson, lead scientist with Orthman Manufacturing, and Mick Godekin, our innovation agronomist. And we're here at our innovation site in Polk, Nebraska, and we dug about a 5-foot deep hole here, and we're taking a look at soil structure, and soil formation. So Mike, you're the best soil scientist among us. Give us a little introduction to what we're looking at here.
Well, out of this, Tim, this is a Crete silt loam soil for the soil surface, and it developed over the top of an area where the prairie used to sit for a long, long time. And it's got a very heavy subsoil, which allows an opportunity to hold a lot of water for nutrients and soil and a plant to be able to access. The big thing is having a better idea of what's happening in this upper 6 inches between the rows that Mick is right near, and over here we have just a little bit of a soil compaction issue in the lower part of the A horizon.
Yep.
Then we go into a BT, and that's probably, which means it's the argillic horizon, the zone of maximum clay accumulation.
Yep.
And then it moves on down and even gets a little bit heavier. Then we go into a transitional zone of a third BT, and then into what we call a BC, and then down into the C. Every one of these horizons are important. We've got soil structure of probably granular up here in the surface, going down into some weak, coarse, subangular blocky, and then it gets into prismatic structure.
Yep.
And by that, we get little prisms that shape like this, and they're very strong. They'll hold up big buildings, in fact, but they have vertical faces, and those vertical faces are important on water movement, how the worms and other microarthropods move through the soil profile. And then as we get deeper down in here, and it's dense, as Mick can tell you, this soil has got a more coarse structure, and by that I mean the prisms get larger. And as you see those, they're very strong. They've got these vertical faces, which helps hold water and also allow the roots to follow along those those PED faces. All important on what it does for movement.
Yep.
We want those roots to follow those PED faces and go deep into the soil profile. Get down here at this time of the year, like we've been talking about earlier, where that soil is cooler, so that we can take this plant that likes to sit at 70-some degrees, and it's taking in water down there that's 68 degrees and nutrients. So we can help modulate that soil temperature and also that plant temperature to really be effective.
Yep. Kind of like you were talking about when we've got that crumbly soil structure in that top 6 inches. Now, unfortunately, we've got some compaction here, but we're hoping maybe we can make it better in our combination of a limited tillage and hopefully some good interaction with our friends, the earthworms.
Yes.
But we're able to get good root development. You can see that right here. But we've got enough good soil development down there lower where those roots can continue to go down. And you talked about those different horizons and how over time the rainfall here has driven some of our clay and some of our minerals down a little bit. Great fertility down there if we can get roots down into it.
Now, one of the things I'd like to show to you, as you can hopefully see, I'll point it out, the face is like this, where that root smears along that vertical face, and there are skins and what we call cutaneous material that sits along those faces, has nutrients in it.
Yep.
And they'll plaster themselves along that, and that's where they can get their water and also their nutrient to help feed this plant at that time of the season. So that's important to know, that that structure is there for a purpose, and they're getting a chance where the roots say yes to it and really can access a whole lot more water than they would if they were going through sand.
Yep.
Now, Mike, earlier when we first started playing in this, we found an earthworm.
Yeah, we did.
And where was he?
He was down there about 43 inches.
About 43 inches deep. And what's he doing for us there, and what's his importance in the role of raising a crop?
Well, at that particular moment, he's hiding out because it's too hot up here. But
he's wishing we wouldn't mess with him.
yeah, he probably was cussing us. But the process is that he drills a big, big hole. These vertical worms, they're called anik worms, They go deep and stay down there for a while, but they move up and down all the time. And that hole is where he lives up to 7 years, and he won't leave that hole. So we have a chance to see what he does. It's right down by your knee, in fact. That rootworm's where he was, and water goes up and down that hole.
Yep.
Plus, as he eats material up from the surface, and it goes down, he takes that with him, and that helps improve that material down there, and also helps hold water, get water there.
We could really see how easy those roots could grow down those channels, because we saw roots headed straight down that earthworm channel, and we also saw how it was moving some of that high organic matter material down into that lighter colored soil that didn't have near as much organic matter. It seemed like he was doing a great job mixing in both actual plant material and the different soil types.
Yeah, it's interesting that scientists in overseas in the Netherlands, they have studied earthworms much more extensive than what we have, and they say that 5 to 10 earthworms per square foot will release 17 pounds of nitrogen. So having that as a capability, not only up here but down lower, we get a good chance to help put nitrogen and other products down there in the soil profile.
And Mick, we know as agronomists, if we can help the grower maximize the use of the things that are already in his soil, he's going to be profitable and have good yields, and we don't have to always just sell him nutrients. We should take advantage of what we've got here.
Let's take advantage of those 5 to 15, 17 pounds in.
Yeah.
That could be a difference maker for a grower in the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, if I may add to that, gentlemen, we don't see that happen a lot in, we'll call it inversion tillage. When you start getting into a no-till or a strip-till environment, we're concentrating at the tillage, but we're allowing all of this to stay so that the earthworms can do their job. When you turn over an earthworm, normally we cut him in half.
Yep.
And now he's got to repair himself or he dies. We don't want that to happen. We want all of those little friendly boys to propagate themselves. It's too bad that the soil is so dry. We might be able to see a cocoon.
Yep.
That'd be good if we could show a little earthworm cocoon. It looks about the size of a half of a raisin, and it's yellow and it's very rubbery. And that cocoon will have anywhere from 1 to 3 little earthworms in there. And that's how we can get more to come. They have to have the soil with very little disturbance to lay their cocoons.
Well, hopefully our viewers can catch the rest of our agronomy focus and our innovation series videos. Just come back to CVA's website and all those videos will get posted. And Mick, we're going to show all of our different treatments that we're doing at all of our innovation sites on there.
Correct. We're filming 8 videos at the conventional sites, and an additional 3 more videos at your organic sites. So viewers will have a lot to choose from. They can choose to watch things multiple times and really get in touch with what we're doing out here. And we're hoping that these virtual tours allow a grower to learn something new every time they watch it.
All right, well, with Mike Peterson from Orthman Manufacturing and Mick Godekin with Central Valley Ag, I'm Tim Mundorf. Thank you for watching this segment of Agronomy Focus.